Hey, what's going on, guys? Your partner, Frankie P.
Maria P.
And welcome to another edition of the BS of Entrepreneurship. This is the Blackout the Fourth edition. And why is that? Because we're leading up to Blackout the Fourth, which is where we are looking to use our funds and target them towards black and allied businesses. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the program, but I just want to give a shout out to our people over here on TikTok. Hit the screen, tap the screen, get the likes up, show us some love. We love you over here on TikTok. We have Facebook and we have YouTube right here. So we're going to be going back and forth. If you guys have any questions, please throw them in the chat. We will definitely come over to you and so we can answer any of those questions for you. But today we're going to be covering food insecurity, the fresh food,
Fresh produce.
fresh produce.
So that's what they're giving away: carrots, tomatoes,
Yes.
onions. Just like they did during the pandemic. I don't know if anybody ever went and gotten those lines during the pandemic and received food, but they give you a lot of food. But they give you like a box. I don't know what this company is going to do, but we received boxes of fresh food, which I thought was real important. It was good for us because I wasn't trying to go to the stores per se. So we do eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. We try to stay away from a lot of meat and processed foods now as we're getting older. Hitting that senior citizen,
we can get the free coffee
era. Yeah, IHOP.
Yeah. But it's very important that we're doing this, guys. It's because there's a lack of access of fresh and nutritious food, and that leads to chronic health diseases, high blood pressure, I'm gonna go through the cycle. I'm gonna show you actually the cycle of how this affects us long term and why this is definitely so important. So, but Maria, as far as foods, what type of fresh foods do you enjoy the most?
Um, well, because my taste buds are changing. I like vegetables, but I'm starting to really get into fruits. Blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. I never ate that growing up, but they're so essential for your health. They have plenty of antioxidants in them. Um, Apples, oranges, the regular ones, grapes, watermelon.
Now, for me, I didn't think I liked it, but I have become to like it. Blueberries. So
They're very important.
I find myself putting those into a smoothie quite often, and it is delicious. But what I and if you and here's a tip, here's a trick. Try this. What I like to do, well, we go and we'll have a whole thing of fruit, freeze it, and then we can make the smoothies. But I like not only just putting the blueberries and the strawberries and bananas in there, I like to throw some watermelon in there. Ooh, woo, ooh, 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 ooh.
Look what I've turned him into. Eating fruit, eating healthy.
It's so sweet. It's so watery. Especially now in the summertime is coming. Oh, I give me a nice crisp watermelon.
And you don't have to add sugar either. Don't do that. If you are adding sugar or sweeteners to your smoothies, you should try it without it. Get used to the natural flavor, and eventually you won't want sugar in your smoothies. I used to put it in there. Now I don't need it.
Yeah, the like the broccoli. We have the broccoli, the fried. Is it the baked broccoli? Fried broccoli? No, there's baked
We
broccoli.
moving to vegetables now?
Yeah, well, we talking about fruits and vegetables. So
what you talking about? The roasted broccoli that
the roasted broccoli. Ooh.
Yeah, I roast broccoli now.
Yes.
I roasted some carrots.
Remember that you did the carrot souffle?
Oh, I did a carrot souffle the other day. Yeah, that was pretty good. You can just Google that or go to Alexa and you can find a recipe. But carrots are sweet. I don't know why they're not considered a fruit, but they're a vegetable. And the carrot souffle was really good.
Yeah. Ooh.
But yeah, we're trying to eat more healthy, trying to stick with fresh foods. If you can't buy fresh, don't buy canned. Get frozen vegetables. I'm noticing that a lot of people aren't into, like when you go to parties and stuff,
Mhm.
They don't fix a lot of vegetables, but they will have chicken and burgers and hot dogs, all that stuff that's not good for you. The
Mhm.
chicken, but the hot dogs and the hamburgers, all that processed stuff, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Chips and stuff.
Yeah.
So
The
we
easy
really got to
things.
work on what we eat in our community. Um, we got high cholesterol, diabetes. What is the other one?
High blood pressure.
Yeah, high blood pressure. All of those things haunt us, and it's most of it's because we don't exercise and we don't eat um, enough vegetables.
Mhm.
We eat a lot of processed things, chips, cookies, candies, all that kind of crazy stuff.
Especially when you get to our age bracket, it's extremely important that you keep your health up. Um, all of these great, phenomenal ideas that we have that we would like to do, they're just going to go by the wayside if when we get to a certain age, if we can't get around the house, we're going side to side trying to get up the stairs.
Like I am right now because I'm slipped down the
Well, that was
steps.
an accident. Yeah, that was an accident. But if you're more concerned, if you're spending most of the money that you saved on your health in your latter days, why did you work so hard to save that money? So let's keep our health in check so we can keep those dollars in your account too. So it's a cycle. And I'll go like again. I'll go over the cycle just a little bit later in the show. Um, but now we talked about how this is the what is it? Is it the insecurity? Let me just read. I'm just going to read directly um, from the to let you know. It says currently we're facing two significant public health challenges: widespread food insecurity and high prevalence of chronic diseases. Alarmingly, the recent data indicates that up to 50% of our residents are experiencing food insecurity, which is the highest rate in the region. Concurrently, chronic illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension for more than account for more than 60% of deaths in the county, underscoring the urgent need for comprehensive health interventions. Recognizing the intrinsic link between nutrition and health, our city councilman, which is Mr. Edward Burrows, he's proud to announce a collaborative initiative with the Storehouse and Victory Church International. Together, they're launching the Healthy Families Program, aiming to support 1,000 families by providing bi-weekly distributions of fresh fruit, lean proteins, and essential household staples. These food items are carefully selected to promote heart health, heart health, and combat chronic diseases. The mission is extremely clear: to nourish our community and foster healthier lifestyle. By addressing both immediate nutritional needs and long-term health outcomes, they aspire to create a more resilient and thriving district.
Mm-hmm.
Together, we can build a healthier future for all of the residents.
Right.
Now, I thought that was pretty powerful. So,
I think it is too. And the thing to remember is if you're not in District 8, because
mm-hmm.
that's the district we're in, check. If you don't know what district you're in, find out what district you're in and see who your chairperson is and see how you can get them to do the same thing or maybe work with this particular, what is it called, storehouse?
Yeah, storehouse.
Yeah, to bring and provide your district the same opportunity that we're providing. Edward Burrows though does a lot for this district. He is always out there doing something, which I have to applaud him. I remember when he graduated from high school. Um, I don't know. It's been about 7 years ago or so, but he's very vigilant, and he is truly a diehard for Prince George's County. He's even knocked on our door, um, which I appreciated. Black Kitty's
Yeah,
here.
when he first started, so
Uh huh.
we have a quite an affection for him because, like I said, he came, knocked on our doors, spoke to us directly, and spoke to us when he was building up when he wasn't even in had any political office. That he was just striving to get into that political office.
Right.
So now let's talk about how it's calculated. So in the Prince George's County. Oh, let me go over the numbers real quick. As far as insecurity rates, the insecurity rates overall in the District Maryland and Virginia and the DMV is 37%. In Prince George's County, an abysmal 50%. Prince William County in Virginia, 43%. Washington D.C. about average, 38%. I'm surprised by that. Alexandria City in Virginia, 36%. Montgomery County, 34%. Fairfax County, Virginia, 27%. And Arlington County, Virginia, 23%, respectively, on those numbers. So, Prince George's County, we're in trouble. Our insecurity rates are abysmal. And I'm really going to applaud this young man for
I'm
for
quite surprised that
taking the initiative.
since they say we've got the most money
Yes.
in Prince George's County, why are we? Is that true anymore? And why is it that we have such high rates of food insecurity here?
That leads me to ask the question.
What? I had a thought.
So go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your
My
thought.
thought is maybe it's not that the food isn't available. Maybe it's the type of food or what can be afforded to eat. McDonald's, the fast food that we eat. We don't eat the proper foods or can't afford to buy the fresh produce. And a lot of times it's very expensive to purchase. So people just say, I won't get that. Let me go get some applesauce for the kids or the fruit. Remember those little orange in a little container?
Oh,
That's processed.
Okay. So you're talking
Although
about
it's fruit,
the metal containers or the plastic
the
containers?
plastic, the can,
Yeah,
food.
the can. Yeah.
Yeah, all of that's processed. And I think the issue is you're getting fried foods. You go to Popeyes or wherever and get your chicken or fried fish or whatever, but you're not at home baking it. And that's, all of this leads up to the chronic diseases that we tend to have in our community. So I think they're trying to drive us toward buying more fresh produce and fresh meats and things like that and cooking them. Because this opportunity is not just for somebody who is in need. It's for everyone. They're opening this up to everyone. So all the people in Prince George's County, well, all the people in District 8 are able to benefit from this, and maybe they'll make some life changes
Yeah. Hopefully.
or dietary changes if they can get it for free. So I think that's where this is heading. That's the gist that I received from it.
Yeah. So let's talk about this cycle, the cycle of food insecurity, and see if this resonates with anyone, and see if it resonates with you or someone that you know. So the first part of the cycle is the food insecurity, where you're not getting enough nutrition. Again, I tend to agree with you. Sometimes it's not the availability. I mean, well, part of it is the availability of the type of stores and grocery stores that we have in our neighborhoods that sell the food that we really need. But it's the ease and the accessibility of the fast food. It's that quick nature.
Or instead of going to the supermarkets, they're going to the Dollar Tree or the Family Dollar, places like that sell all those processed foods. You can get pizza, you can get just cheese, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff at Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, as a matter of fact, which anything that comes in a box or a bag is processed. And that's what's really putting the weight on us. That's what's, and I'm guilty because I love me some potato chips, but I'm guilty, but I try to stay away from it. But those things are ready and available and they're cheap. So anybody that's struggling right now, or just don't want to spend that kind of money because maybe the kids won't eat it, or it rots too quickly, they're going to buy those type of things. So if you have an opportunity to pick up items from this, don't feel a certain type of way. Go get it and see what you can do with those free items. Cook them potatoes, carrots,
Mm.
tomatoes, make a salad, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep. And the second part of the cycle is the diet. So we tend to eat. I think we just covered it. We tend to eat a diet that's high in saturated fat, sodium, added sugars. Then there becomes a lot of smoking. Oftentimes there's smoking and a lack of activity. And the third part of the second cycle is a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm.
But stress comes in different forms. Um,
A lot of times we don't even know we're under stress.
yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if there is a correlation, if there has been any studies done to show that your diet tends to affect you getting stressed quicker. If you eat a healthier diet, are you less likely to have stress due to like a high paced job, or does it matter whether you're eating good food or bad food? If you're in a stressful job situation, that your stress level and your high blood pressure tends to go up because of that.
I don't know.
I would be
The
curious about that.
correlation. Um, I know that people eat to feel better. You know, people eat sweets to feel better, or like I like that crunch of the potato chips. That tends to calm me down when I eat those type of foods. So I know there's a correlation there.
Mhm.
Whether or not, what did you,
Hmm?
how was it? What did you say? What was your
Oh,
correlation?
whether you're eating healthy food or fast food, if that affects how quickly stress can affect you, if you're at a high stressful, high
I
pace.
think so. I think, when I started eating fruit for breakfast and a salad for lunch during the day, I felt kind of a little bliss or something, or
Hmm.
I don't know, it kind of perked me up. And I would tell my office mates, hey, eating like this, I feel happier,
Okay.
or I feel uh, rejuvenated. And they say eating live
Hmm.
foods, live meaning spinach, or not rice, not bread, anything that's cooked or prepared is not live. It's dead.
Hmm.
Okay, so eating fruits and vegetables which are live, that's the best thing that you can put in your body. Okay, when we cook our foods down, and a lot of times in our communities we cook down the greens, the string beans, the
Hmm.
cabbage, we cooking all those things down, and it pulls the nutrients out of the food, and it ends up in the juice that you don't drink, that you just
Yeah,
pour down the
I
drain.
used to do that, but I find myself now understanding, because I do understand it, that I'll find myself more uh, I'm not sipping or whatever, scooping it up and eating the juice that
Mm-hmm.
comes along with it. So let's go to the third part of the cycle. That will lead to hypertension, diabetes, and obesity.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely see that, because due to the inactivity, just the smoking and the inactivity, like I said, makes you lethargic, and by being lethargic, would tend to make you overweight. Whether the food is high, is it better for you or not? If it's security or insecurity types of food, the cats keep running under us. Whatever type of food it is, I can see us, eating that food, and because we don't have the energy, oftentimes we don't, especially if we're eating the chips, especially if you're eating chocolate chip cookies.
That's his thing.
So I'm guilty. I am so guilty. That has been my guilty pleasure for as long as I can remember. The chocolate chip cookie. So
How does it make you feel when you eat it? You feel relaxed? You feel
um,
happy?
it gives me it gives me it's probably like people feel when they smoke a cigarette. I'm assuming it gives me that that immediate gratification, that
Mhm.
immediate high, that immediate that is fulfilling.
You get a high from eating
I
those
don't know. I
cookies?
don't know, but it
Hmm.
gives it makes me feel when I need to describe write down.
Maybe you should get some and bake some tonight, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. That's gonna be a
Okay. And I'm gonna get
discussion.
some chips.
That's gonna
My
be a discussion
favorite is barbecue,
after the show.
honey something barbecue. I can't remember. I think it's
Come on.
Utz. Oh my God, they're so good. But I try to balance it out. I might get a bag every 3 months or so now, where it used to be I had a bag of it was some chips in the cabinet every week. But I don't do that anymore.
All right.
No.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're gonna have a test after the show, just to see
What? Oh,
how it makes us feel, so we can describe it.
I'm not. I already had my chips. I had them, and I'm trying to do my 90-day fast from them, so I'm not getting any. But maybe I'll eat a
Let me
cookie.
ask you what is your guilty pleasure? Let me ask you over here. What is your guilty pleasure? Put in the comments what your guilty pleasure would be. All right, we'd love to see that. Which leads to number 4, which would be cardiovascular disease. So our and is it the lungs? No, the blood vessels. The blood vessels will tend to tighten up, and you know more people are susceptible to a heart attack at that particular time.
It's the cholesterol that's getting clogged in your arteries um, that they cause the heart attack because that plaque
The plaque buildup.
once that cholesterol plaque breaks off, a little piece can break off and get in your bloodstream, and when it gets to the heart, it
Now
causes heart.
we aren't doctors.
Oh yeah, we just random people on YouTube.
Yeah, we're just a random couple
I read
on
about it,
social media.
but that's one of the reasons that a heart attack is caused. Just one.
Okay. Um, and then the final to close the cycle, and it's a repetitive cycle. It's high treatment costs hospitalization. You tend to go to the hospital, and by going to the hospital, that affects your bank account because someone has to pay for you going to the hospital. So now, not only is it affecting your health, is affecting your pocket, and the cycle continues. So we need to figure out a way to break that cycle, and this is one of the ways to do that, which is the fresh food giveaway um, here in Prince George's County. So
So did you figure out the cities in District 8?
yes, the cities that are in District 8. I mean, I hope it's on this phone. The cities that are in District 8 is Andrews Air Force Base, Camp Springs, Forest Heights, Fort Washington, Oxon Hill, and Temple Hills. If you are in District 8 and I left you out, please leave me a comment to let me know. Please, so I can add it to our list and others can know that they are part of District 8. And I'm hoping that this catches on throughout more districts and it's opening up to countywide, not just District 8.
And
But
it may be.
but I'm excited. Yeah, it could be, but we wouldn't know because we wouldn't get that mail because the
Right.
mailers aren't going to us because we aren't in the different districts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody in District 8 should have received the pamphlet or the brochure that he what's his
He
name?
said
Edward.
Edward
Yeah,
Burrows.
that he sent out. So if you didn't, just know we have the information. You can either send us a message.
Yeah, just send us a message. Either send us a direct message or as I go into the blackout the fourth, you can send us a message on our website at frankiepurcell@blackoutthefourth.com. You can send me an email there, or you can send a message directly either on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, either or. We'll respond to you so you can get that information. Now, I can tell you it will be on the second and the fourth Saturdays of each month.
But you have to sign up,
But you have to sign
and
up.
they'll send you the location.
So we'll give you the information on how you can register. So just send us something. Just say healthy food, just send us a message that says healthy food, and that way we would know to send you the information back to you. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to add, Maria?
No, I think we covered
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. I enjoyed. I missed you guys. It's been a whole week. It's been a whole week. So, but we will be back next week. We will be back next week. If you have any topics or any thing that you would like us to discuss, please send it to us, and we would definitely be able to see what we can do to get that information to you. Okay, but I did want to make sure we're coming up quickly on the fourth, the start of Blackout the Fourth, which is is on 4th of July. We're doing that, as we said at the beginning, is we're targeting black and allied businesses. We're going to put our funds where they can most better affect our community. Okay, so the only way we were watching a video a little earlier, and we make noise and we protest, and probably do a video later on this, but we make noise and we protest, but unless we take some type of action to affect change, holding up a sign and yelling, that is not going to do it. We have to speak with our greatest resource that we have right now, which is our dollars. The next step is to either affect public the our public officials directly by becoming one, or allying with another a public official who has the power to change what it is that we want to change. So we want to make sure that we are strategic about the dollars that we have. That is the greatest asset we have now because we aren't in political office. Again, holding up a sign, it is great. Getting emotion, it is great. It may drive some people's emotions, but emotions don't feed us. The change of the rules and the laws that help affect us, that is what is going to change. That was going to help us out. So what we need you to do is on the 4th of every month, beginning on the 4th of July, black it out. Don't spend a dime. Don't spend. Uh, that's my mama. Ooh, she gonna be. That's my mama. So,
Get to talking.
okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah. Spend your dollars
Good.
where it counts.
Yeah.
In other words,
I'm
spend
shooting
your
the show
dollars
right now,
where it
Mom. So I'm gonna call
counts.
you right back. Okay.
I think we told you
Okay.
about
All right. Bye bye.
Oasis, the supermarket down in La Plata. I know that there's a black, what is it called, the food market.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Oh,
what it's called? Farmers
farmers
Market
market. The farmers
in
market.
DC is black owned. There's one that comes. I forgot where, but I'll have that for you next time. So if you're planning something for 4th of July, try to do everything you're going to do on July the 3rd, and try to spend your money with black owned or allied businesses. Even look them up. Sometimes I'll look them up, like a clothing store. Who owns this clothing store? And I'll see who owns it, and I'll say, okay, I can shop there. The food stores, you know who owns those.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, if you can go and spend your money with a black owned or allied business,
Yeah.
or don't spend any money on 4th of July.
Yeah, definitely don't spend it on the 4th of every month. We're going again starting on the 4th of July, and every 4th of the month thereafter, we will affect the economy. How? By if all of us did it, it would be effective $2.6 billion. So think about that. You know, rather than holding up a sign, hold your dollar back.
Or rather than not doing anything at all, be concerned, because that man has something waiting for us. We don't actually officially know what it is, but be thinking along those lines. What's next? Okay, who's next? Because people of color are in trouble in this country, and we need to make our presence known. We need to let them know that we're serious about our positions in this country, that they cannot take that away from us. Um, and the only way to do it is, like Frank says, it's about our money. How much money do we spend?
$2.6 billion daily.
Daily. And it doesn't even stay in our communities. Not at all.
6 hours. It stays on the average 6 hours in our community. Once we get it, the money is leaving our community within 6 hours. So that's a discussion for another day on how we definitely increase that percentage. But we enjoyed being here. We're gonna slide on out of here and finish up the rest of our evening. So as we leave out of here, I'm gonna let you know I'm Frankie P.
Maria P.
And we're gonna holler at you on the next week. And remember, when you change your perspective, you change your life. That's Jasper. When you change your perspective, he wants to be in here. You change your life. When you change your perspective, fresh food, free fresh food. If you begin to do that, even if you can't utilize it, make sure you help someone in your area that definitely may need it. And guess what's going to happen? Not only are we going to change our community, we're going to change your life. Peace.
Peace.